Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. How you doing, man?
I am so excited, Tasteless. The GSL is getting better and better. We have a lot of great matches today. I'm actually excited about every single match. That normally doesn't happen, but I am today.
No, it's going to be so sick. We got quite a diverse group of matchups today, and a very interesting lineup of players. Our first match is going to be San Zenith against TheWind.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's kind of funny because I don't think most people would have expected either of these guys to be in the round of 16. No offense to them, let alone Codes. And yet, San Zenith is apparently like the new best player in the world.
He's pretty good, Tasteless. In fact, if he doesn't beat TheWind, I won't not eat a sword.
Oh, that's right. You never swallowed the sword.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
So he said he would swallow a sword if San Zenith made out of his group. San Zenith, eliminating Slayer's Boxer, Ensnare, and Nesty. 3-0 in his group.
And San Zenith knocked him down, man.
This guy isn't even a full-time pro gamer.
Well, I think he probably is now.
Probably now, but at the time he was just playing casually. Said, look, I don't really expect to get out of my group. I don't expect to, get that far. I'm doing this for fun.
Yeah, that's what he said for last season because he was terrible last season. Let's face it, he was the worst player in Codes.
This is a guy that actually blocked his own expansion nexus with a cannon.
This is a guy that just his only goal was to live for more than 10 minutes in a best of 3
and he
total,
didn't do it.
And he couldn't do it.
He didn't do it. He couldn't do it. And now he's insanely good. So I don't know what to say. TheWind, of course, an old school player. So it's going to be very interesting to see these two duke it out. But let's go ahead and take a look at yesterday's match results.
It was a fun day, Tasteless. The last Codes day. MC destroying Zenix Beyond. Team Liquid's very own Jinro losing 1-2 to Hong and Prime.we. July Zerg 2-1 over our wonderful Clyde.
Great series.
It was. And Check Prime getting O2'd by OGS Nada. The masterful monster. Genius Tornado Terran. The handsomest, most clever, awesome guy ever.
Now, on to yesterday's Code matches. The results were?
Rain is going to go to the up and down matches over Zenix Jun. Totally owned him. Slayer's Alicia, the new favorite Protoss in the entire world for me, took out MVP Noblesse really, really strongly. OGS Supernova, 2-1 over TSL Alive. That was an interesting series. And Slayer's MMA barely loses to TSL Killer, a.k.a. Songho, in the final match, 1-2. So the Code matches are pretty good. The Codes matches are pretty good. Life, Tasteless, is
good. And, with each season of the GSL, the quality of the games, the quality of the players, quality of the maps even are getting better.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting to see, all this stuff unfold. I want to go back to our initial match that we're going to be casting a little bit here because I cannot believe how good San Zenith has become. This is the guy that Artosis and myself made a lot of fun of in previous seasons for being a little snarpy, and we are wrong now.
No,
I will eat my words now.
He's improved infinitely, Tasteless.
Yeah.
Infinitely. We see he's there on the left, chugging some Picari sweat. But this guy isn't going to sweat because he is a beast now.
Artosis, you are such a wordsmith. Over here on the right is TheWind. Now let's give this guy
I'm more of a word handyman. I just kind of take two words and hammer them together and stuff.
You're like a word Swiss Army knife?
I barely hold up the cabinet with these crazy words that I put together.
TheWind on the right is our Zerg player. He is about as old school as you can get as far as StarCraft, RTS lore goes.
He's actually the head coach of OGS.
Yes.
Not really a guy that gets a lot of practice time. He's taking care of players all the time.
It's unusual because normally we don't see coaches getting this far in tournaments, but he's doing it.
Well, we see San Zenith 300 GSL points. Did make it into a couple GSL opens. And, barely stayed in last time. Most recent 10 matches, 5-5.
Now, that might not look that good, but everybody's roughly 5-5 or 6-4.
Yeah.
So take that with a grain of salt. I'm really curious to see how this game's going to look because I never, ever expected these two guys being around at 16. They're here.
Yeah.
And honestly, with San Zenith eliminating Nesty, Slayer's Boxer, and Ensnare, I don't know if people can actually do that.
Yeah.
I actually don't know that.
We'll have to see, Tasteless. Now, TheWind, seriously, this guy, he understands games so well because he is a head coach. He takes care of people. He teaches them. He really understands game well. But at the same time, when you're in a position like that, even though you have a very high understanding of the game, you don't actually get to play very much.
Yeah,
So,
your mechanics suffer.
yeah, his mechanics will suffer. The exact game sense timing in game, that's something that you hone over thousands and thousands of games, which he's not really able to play. So in theory, everything he does will probably be quite intelligent, quite well done. But will he be able to execute everything that he knows? That is going to be the hard part.
Our first map is Scrap Station, and this is a great map for PvZ. Usually leads for long games, and we're going to see exactly what Sound Zenith is going to do. Most Protoss is fast expand. Most Zergs can get away with hatching first.
Yeah, I think that is quite a good way to look at it. San may go for a Forge Expand himself. That is quite popular on this map, as long as you can figure out if they're going roaches or not. It's pretty safe. Well, Tasteless, the countdown has begun.
It's time.
I am so excited for this match.
Let's get ready for some PvZ here between these two dark horses. The newest school elite against the old school elite. Old school elite. This is like 1999 old school. Duking it out here at the GSL.
It's time to choose your side, but you know you're not strong enough.
It's time. In the red, the player who eliminated Ensnare, Slayers, Boxer, and Nesty.
San Zenith.
That's right.
As you can see, the headphones light up when the actions per minute speed up. And looks like he's got something on his face in that picture. Over here, in the blue, old school StarCraft 1 Zerg, top player turned StarCraft 2 coach.
TheWind.
Oh, just the win.
TheWind. It's a good ID.
It is a really good idea.
Snow Artosis.
No, it's not even a Tasteless, but it's still a very good idea.
Thank you, Intel and G-Skill. And Coca-Cola for the free drinks.
That's right. I love the sponsor Tasteless. And I really can't stress enough how excited I am to actually watch San Zenith play again, and how surprised I am that I am excited to watch San Zenith play again. His play was just so nice during the group stage, which is just so contrary to the past season. I've never seen anyone actually improve that quickly. People do improve. I mean, there's people that start out terrible and they get really great. But this guy was like bottom 2, bottom 3 Code S last season for sure with Legal Mind and Live Forever. Should have fallen down during the up and down matches, got through, and I mean, that's it, man. He's suddenly one of the best Protosses, and a very good chance he's going to be in the top 8.
Yeah.
I noticed a Nexus first build.
Yeah, Nexus first. Frankly, you don't want to one base on this map.
Oh, no.
You do not want to do that.
Absolutely not.
Because the entrance, the ramp, which we just got a shot of a little bit ago, is just too big to actually block.
Yeah.
And so what you want to do is just get cannons on the low ground and fast expand.
And look at that timing. Gateway, then Forge. He knows
Pretty
the
gutsy.
timings perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a very long map for the Zerglings to actually get around. Now, the interesting part is that the Wind, we've seen him do this before, once you kill the scouting probe with your initial Zerglings, he can go ahead and he can switch to Roach. And if you don't make a lot of cannons on this map against Roach, it absolutely will kill you. So Sound's going to have to be very, very careful about that. In fact, sneaking another probe out now and hiding it somewhere on the map might be a very smart move.
Zerg going to go for a quick expand. And as you guys can see with the positioning here, he can make a cannon, and let's say that, you know, Zerg sends a bunch of Zerglings at him, he's still going to have time to wall that in.
Yeah. In fact, he has a probe down there for a reason. Yep. And that's to make a building there if he needs it. Just beautiful play by Sun already. You know, it's just exact timings and, ooh, very quick layer. I do believe that we are going to see a Mutalisk rush from the Wind, but also it could be a drop rush. Both can be quite nice. I
love drop. Nidus Worm, something like that.
Yeah, you know, the drop rush of some Hydras, maybe Roaches, maybe Lings. Just if you rush to drop and your opponent actually went fast expansion into Stargates, you will kill their main base. You might not kill the expansion, but you will kill their main base. So we're going to have to see if that's what TheWind is doing. Of course, the quick muta can be quite good too, as Xenio has shown us in the past. And Tasteless, I think it very well may be the Nidus that you were talking about as well.
I think it's going to be the Nidus.
TheWind is making a lot of Zerglings right now.
I think going for Nidus and going Mass Lings is better than going for Nidus and doing the Mass Roach.
And to be honest, if we look at the mini-map, there's little blue dots all around Sun Zenith. 3 different places he can put Nidus worms. Yeah, it's going to be a Nidus worm
for sure.
Yeah.
There it is.
Looking like that. Very nice.
Nidus worm. The only unit in the game, you have to make the butt first before you can get his head.
That's the butt?
That's the butt, man. Well, what do you think it is, Artosis?
Oh, no.
Look at that thing, man.
Oh.
Now, what's actually insane about making a Nidus worm on this map is the worm actually burrows through space.
Yeah. By the way, Sun Zenith starting to get vision of his entire main.
Oh.
And that's what he needs to do. You actually should be having probes and pylons all over the place patrolling, looking for it, because you can stop a Nidus.
TheWind has been a little bit too transparent with what he's doing. The Overlord positioning is too obvious.
You know, there is something kind of cute you can do in a situation like this. If you make 2 Nidus, then you can definitely get it up, and there we go. Will he be able to stop this? Yes, he will.
Yeah. You know, I'm just thinking out loud here. I wonder, you know, considering the cost of the Nidus worm, if you just want to make 2 Nidus worms at once, always?
That's actually exactly what I was just saying.
All right.
Yeah, that's okay, though. No, it's great. Stealing my thunder, Tasteless. You're like, wait, the Nidus worm's coming. Like, okay, I'll explain about the 2 Nidus worms in a minute then. Then you're like, you know what would be great?
I wasn't actually, I'm sorry, I was just actually like so caught up in that thought.
It's all good. And there you go, he's going to go ahead and kill. Oh!
That might be enough to remake the Nidus worm now.
Well, he's going to want to pop the Nidus up somewhere else.
Yep.
But yeah, going back to what you were saying, Tasteless, if you pop up 2 Nidus at once, yeah, if Bisu is playing Protoss, he might catch them both, but you're going to send all your probes after 1 and the other one in another corner. The odds of San actually seeing that, pretty low. So if I was going to all in this way, I would definitely make a second Nidus.
Frankly, I think this rush isn't going to work anymore.
No, it's pretty much
you have
made
to
a
get
fail
the first.
at this point.
Yeah, you have to get the first Nidus worm out, and flush all the units out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, the rush is just bunk. So I don't know what to say. I mean,
yeah.
This is not like a build that you just transition into something else.
Yeah, man.
You're like, and if that doesn't work, well, then it's time for Plan B. No.
Well, I would definitely Nidus to the island from here. That's the one thing I would do with my Nidus.
That is so smart.
Yeah. Might even take a base behind the rocks. You know, those bases no one thinks about until the Supreme late game. Because you have to start being tricky to win. You can't just be like, all right, I'll play with straight up macro from here. No, dude, I'm sorry. You're dead if you try that. You have to actually gain some sort of edge, some sort of advantage. And, well, he is going Hydra right now. He is getting a lot of drones. And I like that. I do like that because from here, if he just goes roaches, every Protoss in the world knows how to deal with that. He's going to be like, all right, LOL, you're like behind and just going roachling. But the Hydraling, that's like an odd unit composition. And if they come out before they have enough area of effect damage to take out your Hydras, you might just roll right through their army.
Interesting situation here. We did talk to TheWind backstage, and he did say, look, honestly, I don't feel like my condition's very good.
Yeah.
As far as my ability to win this, I'm going to try my best. And we see he's doing that, but unfortunately, you know, Sun Zenith seems to be playing in a kind of very patient manner, very laxed.
Yeah.
And TheWind's sort of over-aggressive style is tripping him up, I think.
Yeah. Ever so hugely. I was going to say slightly. I'm like, oh, that would be a lie. No, he's in a lot of trouble, Tasteless. Like, from here, obviously, if he's trying to Nidus you, he's already spent so much of his economy making units, which are now going to do nothing to you instead of drones. So Sun Zenith can literally just sit there and do a 2-base all-in. It won't be very all-in, because if he controls it right, it should crush through TheWind. TheWind's got to do something pretty special.
It's interesting to see the Citadel that quick. On a fast expand build. Normally, Oh, frankly, we just don't normally see the Citadel that quickly.
You know what's cool about getting a quick Citadel, Tasteless? It's that your Stalkers become active units. You know, I've talked about this before with Phoenixes, Mutalisk, but hold on, the wind loses some Zerglings there. But yeah, it's like meta backdrops. It's like a Banshee. They become active units. You can actually go out on the map with them, and they aren't going to die, and you can actually push, harass, that type of stuff. So it's actually, I like getting a quick blink. It's nice move.
I can't believe Sans Zenith didn't notice that changeling. Oh, just killed it, excuse me. Well, I think if I was Sans Zenith, I would actually just stay on 2 base and wait for Zerg to take a third.
That's a very good point, and the third has been taken, Tasteless.
Oh, it just started.
Down at the gold base.
If you want to really play this matchup perfectly, let the hatchery finish and then kill it. That's actually
best timing.
The best timing you can have. If you're this ahead and you know all your opponent needs to do is get an expansion up, you don't wait until he starts it. You wait until he finishes it.
Now, forcing cancels can be good too, so
yeah.
Sometimes that's what you have to do, but if you can just kill it, of course that's going to be even better. Hydra's getting ready, Tasteless. He has a good amount of Hydras, but San with good micro, plus the concave.
Yeah, I was going to say the concave is going to beat the convex here.
Yeah, he sees that. In fact, that would be a not very good idea to actually engage that. Nice little dance there by those Hydras.
If you see your opponent going Hydras, always, always, always deny creep.
Yeah.
It is so important. Get a Robo Bay out. Even if you have to send, maybe 1 or 2 Stalkers out to snipe the creep tumor and try to blink away, it's worth it because Hydras are terrible when they're not on creep.
Yeah, they're pretty slow, Tasteless. Not gonna lie. Well, he is making a ton of Zerglings and a ton of Hydras. Not really droning up. You know, he has that gold base now. Kind of wish he had a lot of drones there. San actually has more than enough to take that out. In fact, he may want to chase it down with Blink, but looks like a Zergling counter is occurring. Some more Hydras coming as well. A sneaky way to try to get to the surface area.
It's going to be a sandwich.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what better unit to have in the situation of the Stalker with Blink?
That's right. Look at that. Just force fields off half the Hydras.
Damn.
Blinks up, kills the rest of the Hydras. 151 supply for San.
That was
111
beautiful.
for the wind.
Force field on one side, Blink on top of the army on the other side.
And the wind is just desperate, man. He's making like 30 Zerglings right now. And bam. Surrounds those Hydras. You aren't getting away, Hydras. Makes a donut. Clears out the center.
Stalker donut. GG.
Those Stalker donuts tasteless. They certainly aren't
Talk
tasteless.
about carbs, man.
They taste like bitter defeat.
Yes. Ooh, Joseph. Sans Zenith. What in the world, man? This guy, I'll say it again, previous seasons couldn't even fast expand, right? Blocked his own Nexus off with a cannon. Now, he's possibly going to get to the round of 8 in Code S.
I don't even think possibly. I think probably.
I think quite probably.
Quite most likely probable.
If I had to bet my life on something, Artosis.
You'd bet your life on that? That's crazy, man.
I'm a crazy guy.
Yeah. That's like worse than Russian roulette. You know, that's pretty terrible.
Safer.
Safer.
Safer. Less crazy. Because Sans Zenith is so good right now. You know, it's so funny because never in my career as a broadcaster for StarCraft, and I've been doing this forever, have I ever seen somebody who's been so rusty, bad at the start, and then transition to being so good like that?
Yeah. It's
pretty
weird.
crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, getting ready for this next match.
Tal'Darim Altar is going to be map number 2. Very different map from Scrap Station.
Oh, yeah. Gonna suit the wind a little bit better on this map. Now, will San open with another Forge expansion, or will he go with something else?
I don't know.
I don't know either, Chase.
I just do not know.
Well, the countdown has begun.
It's time. Get ready for some more PvZ action here. Who's going to go into the round of 8? Between the newest school Gosu against the oldest school Gosu. Here at the GSL with Tasis and Artosis. Tastosis. Get ready for some more GSL action.